All right, look, I've seen doctors spend 6 months, even a year, researching functional medicine and their practice, basically. So they go to more seminars, they take more series, they read more books, and they still don't have really a single patient enrolled. And I did the same thing. I'm guilty of all this, and the same thing. That's why I want to share with you. So the problem was not knowledge, it was something entirely different. All right, so I want you to picture something, and I'm sure we all know these people because I've been one of them myself. And it's the doctor who's done all of the extended work, the expensive protocols, the expensive seminars and the series, and they're doing the lab tests, they're getting tests, they're doing tests themselves. Actually, they're studying the guides and they're learning from the reps, they're reading, they're all credentialed, they're all very passionate, they're very good people, but they still have not enrolled or seen their first patient. So I'm just not here to bag on that. I have been one. A story I want to share with you is, I remember the day where I just finished my first certification in internal medicine and functional medicine. And then I started enrolling in kind of the more well-known functional medicine program I'm sure everybody's aware of, but it took multiple years, lots of traveling, lots of money, lots of hotels, lots of food. And I basically taught myself that I was going to be able to basically stand out in my community. If I had all these degrees and all these extra studies that I went through, then I was going to get more patients because I just look better. Well, then there's the third thing that came around. I went and I traveled to multiple states across and did more studying, late nights, got the next degree. And what I came to find out is it just left me obviously with more debt. I had no reason or ability to actually turn that into seeing patients. And that really frustrated me because what it did teach me wasn't just more, I was lacking the education and the knowledge. What it was teaching me more of is that I was not really probably the greatest at making decisions. And the decisions I was actually delaying is seeing the first patients I could. I had that thing inside of me where people and patients were wanting to dig in more and do more testing. I wasn't sure of myself yet. And I really didn't think I could do it because I didn't have the training and the degrees. So I turned people away. And that's a huge mistake. And the same things I see here with doctors that I work with as well, they're in the same boat. And I don't, like I said, I'm not here to bag on that because I've been there. I'm trying to encourage you that the mistake is you're postponing decision-making and it's masquerading as preparation. And the biggest, like I said, the biggest thing is we think we're ready. We think we need to tweak how our video looks. We need to have our hair a certain way. We need to make sure that we have the right phone for the right video. We never take the video. And I've talked to multiple people who are ready to take that first step and just kind of move their process down the road. But that uncertainty and the lack of clarity is what they get stuck on. And they don't make those next decisions to basically just see the patients. And then they'll start thinking about more programs they got to build, or maybe a different process, maybe a different lab I got to study. And in the end, like I'm saying, is unless we're not seeing these patients, we're never going to learn. You're going to get your most training and your most teaching moment when you start working with people. I can think of some people that we currently work with, doctors that they're in the same boat, very nervous and very overwhelmed and don't think they have all their stuff together. But once they started seeing patients, that was the best education they got. They learned how to do things. They learned how to do certain protocols and processes. And of course, we helped them along the way. But you start to see confidence build and confidence rise. So these doctors, they don't need to have more information in their head, the more seminars, the more programs. They're all good, but thinking that I need more of this to be more qualified is the wrong thing. It's the wrong thing to look at, okay? You want to have more clarity on what you want in terms of patients, in terms of clinic growth, and for your own personal life. And I think those are values that you need to think about how that will direct you in your progress going forward. So every month of delay is a month that a patient in your community is still stuck on more that conventional hamster wheel that we're trying to get them out of. And nothing against medicine, but we're trying to get them on a path of empowerment and personal growth. So if you delay, you're actually delaying them and you're cheating them, okay? So you're just not postponing your business growth, which I think you think that's what it is, but you're postponing someone's breakthrough. And that's going to be the real cost. It's the patients that aren't going to get well because of you, because we're too worried about what steps to take, or I need more seminars, I need more education. You know enough, okay? I've watched this play out with lots of practitioners that I've worked with. The doctors who move decisively, even though it's imperfect, they enroll patients and they get more patient flow and they get more learning. And that's how you got to do it. You got to take that first step. Okay. The ones who wait for perfect conditions are still waiting. Okay. So what does the decisive doctor actually do differently in these situations? Okay. There's three main things. The first one is they decide the offer before they perfect it. And if you've seen my other videos, I talk about the offer, like what are you doing for patients? What are you offering them in terms of the program, the process, the labs? What's the next step in the office? Do you have a niche? Just get something out there, okay? And it's gonna beat, you don't need to be perfect. And I think that's everybody's tendency. It's my tendency. And I've seen over and over why it slows me up. So done and enrolled people beats refined and unlaunched process, okay? Number two, they're going to take their first call before they even perfect it, okay? Someone wants to talk to you about doing labs and working with you. You feel like you're not ready, you take the call anyway, okay? Because that action is going to create clarity that the preparation is never going to give you. And you know enough as a clinician that when they start asking questions and start diving in, they're gonna really be attracted to that, and they're gonna feel the confidence that you have, okay? So two, like I said, they take that call before they feel ready. Number three, the third thing is they stop optimizing and they just start iterating, okay? So that first patient, like I said, is going to teach you more than any seminar, and it's not going to be perfect. You're going to feel clunky. It's not going to be great. But once you onboard them and get them started, it's going to give you the opportunity to make the changes as you go along. And that's the beauty of all this. And this is the fun, which you have to get in the game, which is why I encourage you to take those next steps and just get going. All right. So like I said, the practices that are working right now in this distracted economy where people are looking everywhere, not knowing where to turn to, they're looking on social media, they're looking at the local health food store. But the practices that are working are the ones that aren't really the most trained, okay? They're the ones with the most decisions, the decision that they make just to start and get their process going, okay? If you have more questions and you need more support in this, I want you to click below. There's somewhere here, there's a link that's going to take you to, I call the 3 functional medicine framework. It's going to introduce 3 tools that I use with practitioners that I've used personally for myself to help me think through more of the business aspect, but also kind of how do we talk to patients? What's the best way to present ourselves? I find it valuable, and I find like these are probably the top 3 things that doctors I work with learn and enjoy and can take with them from day one. Okay, so go ahead and click that link and watch those videos. Otherwise, you can comment and you can message us here. I'm always happy to help. Otherwise, make the decision you got to do this week. If it's setting up your program, if it's shooting that video, if it's sending the email, I want you to set up and I want you to get it done. And I would love if you message us and say you took that next step. And as much as scary as it is, I guarantee you it's going to bring you more clarity and confidence. All right, look.